What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Gambling Lab, brought to you by Bogey Proof. It is American Express Week out in Palm Springs, PGA West Stadium Course, and some other little dog track that they beat up on Thursday and Friday. But big week ahead, gentlemen. Get back in the sack with DraftKings. A little warm up before our little daily fantasy cup contest starting in a couple weeks. So let's get right into it, boys. Full field, decent field back in the States, away from the island of Hawaii. What do we got? Who do we like? And what are the themes this week?
Who wants to go? You want it, TJ? Go ahead.
I don't even have much. Honestly, it's just basically scroll up and down your list and pick a guy and run with it. It's a crapshoot. Course is short. Get a guy who can hit it far and get it close. That's bottom line. I think every single week you should probably be looking at getting a guy like that. But I don't know. I like Corey Connors. Just hits it far. When he's on, he's on. Matt Wolf's another guy that does the same thing. But who knows? It's like the start of the year. I have no idea who's going to be on. Haven't seen a lot of these guys yet, so a lot of it's just a variable at this point. But what do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean, it's all like who's in the mood, right? Short course, like tons of short par fours. They're playing at a resort course. It's like basically a resort, I think.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be, it's gonna be a shit show for sure out there. Just birdies littered with them. I like guys like Abe Answer, guys who hit irons well, not the longest players in the world, that are forced to club down and play to their strengths. I like guys like that. Connors is another guy. Sanjay's another guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so guys like that, who I think that'll be good for Wolf too. You mentioned Wolf. It'll be good for him that he doesn't have to force it with the driver. When he's like so talented with long irons and stuff that like he just gets out of whack, in my opinion, with the driver, and that's where he can get real bad because he can hit it so far. He'll hit it off the planet and make 100. So he won't do that today or tomorrow or whatever, or 2 days, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like Wolf too, and my boy Griot at the bottom. You already know.
Grio.
Griot. Perfect course for Griot.
I mean, this
Two
time
out
of
of
the
three
year,
lineups.
especially out west, courses are overseeding, so it's going to feel like slower. So with it already being a short course at I think tipping out at like 7,000 yards or something, I think wedges are just going to play a premium
Yeah.
this week. It's just going to be darts and putting, whoever can make putts. But I guess that's every single week. But a
More
lot of
importantly, in
birdies.
courses like this,
I
yeah.
mean,
A lot of birdies.
Jason Duffner's won here before. Like Siwoo Kim won last year, I'm pretty sure. Like Sung Jae's played well here. Like it's not really a bomber's paradise. I mean, Cantlay was in the mix last year. It's a pretty good like. It's obviously an advantage if you can do it right, but at the end of the day, I think like Paul said, like wedge play, like Duffner is what when he was well, like winning and playing good golf, like it was his iron game and wedge play that was just like next level because he never hit it far at all. So just about kind of rolling your rock and hitting the wedges nice and tight. Like the guy that hits it between 5 and 15 feet this week versus 10 to 20 feet all week, like those are the guys that are going to be there come Sunday. This place does, now that I think about it, does have a wacky 17th hole though. That par three with like it's an island green with rocks all around it and shit like that. Like
Yeah.
guys end up like playing from the rocks because it's like a sandy bottom. Like gets a little. Maybe that's not 17, but it's definitely close to the final couple holes there. Wonky shit happens there.
I feel like I remember what you're talking about, guys like hitting it with one hand
Yeah.
off of them and stuff. I feel like, yeah,
And
I'm excited to see it.
we didn't talk about any of the weather, but there is some wind. They're 5 to 10 mile per hour sustained winds, but then I guess there could be gusts up to 20. So, if you get some of that, 17 could be hard at the end of Sunday. So, could be a good finish.
Super elevated tee too, so it's in the air forever. If you get some crazy winds and you got to play it like out off the green and hope it gets pushed back, like kind of like you see at Sawgrass in that time of year down in Florida, the winds are going pretty good too. So, yeah, interesting stuff with the golf course. But let's get right into like DFS and put some numbers to some names here and see who's over, who's underpriced this week, fades of the week, all that fun stuff.
You know what? I'm going to start with one guy who I'm noticing, and I'm actually going to make another lineup right now because I want to have him in. I think Patty Reed is going to come in. People are just falling off the train, and they're going to forget how good he really is. And everyone's looking at his driver numbers and how terrible they are. And, well, now we're at a place where he doesn't really matter as much. I mean, it'll matter, but not at the significance that it would in, either the Hawaii courses or whatever. So probably a good opportunity for a buy low spot there, especially in this crapshoot. He's probably looking to get right at a tournament like this before, Farmers Insurance comes around and everything. So expect him, to care out there, which, like I said, is going to be important. You can see it immediately with these tournaments. Like if the mindset's gone, they'll just quit, and we'll just move on. So I do like Patty Reed on a comeback spot. I don't think he'll win or anything, but look for like a top 10, top 15 kind of deal. Mix him with a little, little Canley, little Answer, and you'll be all right.
I think this week you can't be afraid to go and pick a guy who's in the $600 or $6,000, $7,000 range. I think this is the type of week where you go and you experiment a little bit. You give guys a chance, like that Hickok guy. I like him down low. I'm always a sucker for Vincent Whaley. His cuts really don't lie. That should be a new shirt that I create. Cuts don't lie. I like Neesmith a little bit down there. I don't know. Just take a peek when you look at the 6s and 7s. Pick a guy because the next few weeks here, you're going to get a better glimpse at him, and you might catch a guy that catches fire, and you stay trending with him throughout the whole spring. Denny McCarthy was a guy who got hot towards the Florida string, but I knew that he was gaining some steam. But there's some guys that you can get. Patton Kazire can shoot well here. But then a couple guys that stood out that I don't – little head scratchers. We got Ricky at 85, and we got Justin Rose at 86.
Both way too high. I mean, they're looking at their ceiling. Like Rose could win this tournament pretty easily if he's on, but he also could shoot 76 and just be taking an early flight.
Justin Rose ain't been relevant in like 3 years. I know he was leading after the first round or even second round last year, but like outside of those 36 holes, I haven't heard of him in 3 years. He like changed equipment to that Hamna or whatever stuff it was, and like the game went to absolute shit.
Yeah, we just lost him. And then Ricky, we completely lost him, but somehow him and Justin Rose are side by side, only $100 difference above some guys I thought who played a hell of a lot better than both of them. I thought Carlos Ortiz was pretty consistent. Who else?
I don't hate Ricky this week though. I actually do that. I think that price is like we're a little early in the game to have him in the 8,500 range, but I think I do have a little exposure on him just because I think he, was in the mix at the CJ Cup back when Rory won. I think he was in that final group with him, and like it wasn't terrible after that. Like making cuts a little more consistently. Like I don't hate him to sneak into the top 15 at a halfway decent field this week. I know there's a couple big names at the top, but there's not a ton of depth here where a couple of those big name guys kind of mail it in. Like we were talking about attitude. Like I can easily see Ricky just sneaking in like top 15, kind of being in the mix Saturday and fading on Sunday to a nice comfy like T13 for the week.
Yeah, I mean, putter can heat up anytime, and it's shorter course. He's another one. Like, he used to be such a great driver of the golf ball, and then he kind of lost all of that ability. I don't know what happened. If I remember, like he used to hit the ball straighter than anyone, literally, and like it just like disappeared. He was the driver and the sand guy, and then like his game has changed so much. So, I mean, I don't know what to expect. You're gonna get him at 3% ownership, and if he comes in 9th, once again, like that's how you win. So, I mean, it's definitely worth a flyer if you're doing like a lot of cheap lineups, but if you're doing like 1 or 2, I'd probably stay away. But I mean, if you're doing like 5 like me, you could just you could throw one in and whatever. But I'm not playing Ricky this week. Who knows? I like your boy Paul was talking before he started about Vegas. He's got me sold on him now, so we're gonna roll with him. Look for Chuck Howell Fontaine. We talked about him this last week. He loves California, this West Coast swing. He always plays good, and he did good last week. He played pretty good in Hawaii. It just didn't look like it. He shot like 17 under. It just doesn't look like that because Cam Smith makes a birdie on every other hole, so it's impossible to keep up with. But so like he plays pretty decent, so I'm looking at him too. Probably pairing Wolf and Answer for the most part though this week.
Love Matty Wolf this week. I think it'd be he can just like have at it. He's creative enough with the wedges and like those awkward numbers as much as it really doesn't make sense given his like swing and everything. He actually like puts in some reps there. I think he's got a relatively good wedge game for how far he drives the ball. It's not like he needs them, all the time.
Mhm.
But there's another guy I saw that was cheap that taking a flyer on here. Well, not cheap, but like 6,600, like Wesley Bryan, making like a decent amount of cuts. I mean, a couple of those are like Corn Ferry Tour playoffs, but like I don't know. He always go with the wedges and decent putter. Like he always just sucks at driving. He doesn't hit it that far, so it's like short and awkward is like or short and sideways doesn't work anywhere on the PGA Tour. So it's like you take the driver out of play a little bit this week, and he doesn't actually have to hit it too many times. Let the irons and the putter show up. We might have something there for 6,600. It's worth.
Yeah,
It's
he's
worth
worth nothing. Yeah, we're taking a stab.
Yep, taking a stab. This is what we do, and I usually go with when Paul picks first round leaders. I always go with one of those guys.
I got a lot of stabs this week. Like Vegas. I mean, he won here, I think, in like 10 years ago at this course. Always putts well here. He had a good ball striking year last year, so hopefully he carries all it over. He had like one of the most like birdie opportunities or something. Like he was in like the top 10 for most birdie opportunities on PGA Tour last year. So in saying that he
Sold.
also putts well here,
Vegas, yeah.
hopefully,
I like Vegas.
he can roll in a couple, and I think I don't even what's his price on DraftKings or DFS, whatever. And then
8,100.
Gotcha.
I know
81,
to
yeah.
win the tournament 75-1. I think right now that might just be worth it just to sprinkle, see what happens. I don't know.
A little
Um,
sprinkle. I mean, it's
and
about that time of year where he pops up, and then you don't see him the whole summer.
Yeah, it's his time.
Exactly.
This
Only
has
when I
Jonathan
pick-
Vegas like on PGA Tour's Instagram holding the trophy like written all over it.
yeah, yep. Then the
Everyone
other one,
forgets a day
They
later.
already got it.
the other one,
They
I
already got
think
it ready.
we were talking about before was Cam Champ. What
Yeah.
was that? Oh, I missed the stat that I told you guys before, but he's like out of everybody in this field, he has one of the, or I think he's number one in strokes gained off the
Mhm.
tee on shorter courses in this field. So I think he's just going to use that to his advantage. He's going to have a lot of, I don't know, lob wedges into greens, and
Mhm.
hopefully his wedges are hot and he can roll in a few putts, which I know he typically struggles with. But
I
I
mean,
don't
he
know.
won last year. It was inconsistent as hell, but he got a win last year at the 3M, right? Like,
Yeah.
There's some like
He's got the
decently
tools to do it.
notable. There's some decently notable names here that we were taking for value last year in the 6,100 range, like Richie Rowinski. Like I was picking him last year,
Yeah.
and now
Yep.
he's 6,200. Maybe that's why I was losing every week. But, I'm looking at Sung Kang, like one of his tournaments. He shot 42 on the front nine and just quit.
hell yeah.
76 on Thursday, 42 on the front Friday. All right, done. Get me out. I'm out.
See ya.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
What do we got for fades then?
I mean, I think if you're not fading, if you're playing Russell Henley, then like
I just come at 9,000 and my jaw almost hit the floor.
I know. I mean, at that price, like okay, if he comes in the top 5 again, like
Like better
I mean-
than Patrick Reed, Bezaden, who's consistent. Like I know he got a good week last week, but he's not going to be up there consistently higher than these guys. Like when is he was up there one week, he's going to come down the next. It's inevitable.
Carlito, get him out of here.
I mean, yeah, what kind of value is that at 9,000? Like that's just so bad.
Is Taylor Gooch really that good now?
Yeah,
Like I know he's
mean,
ahead of.
Pretty good last week. He
He's
also
been playing pretty good.
Yeah, okay.
It's just really
He played
high
pretty
ball.
damn
All it
good
is,
last
right?
week. Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, hey, if he's striking the ball well, then
Yeah.
I mean, just another course. I mean, he chewed the Hawaii courses up pretty good. I mean, he put up some good scores, and like, there shouldn't be any reason at all why it'd be any different this week. Like, why would it be?
He also
And he won't be playing with Kevin Na, so that might help him because he was not feeling that at all.
But is he worth like a top? Because he's
he's high, man.
Top
200 more for Sanjay. Like Sanjay is lot better golfer
He-
than Taylor Gooch.
I'm
I mean,
last week.
He did
Gooch
miss the
rips
cut,
up
but
par fives.
yeah.
I don't think
Who,
he should
Taylor
win.
Gooch?
Yeah, he's one of the best par five players on tour. I
Yeah,
think strokes
Sanjay did kind
gained
of stink last week.
and on a short course, like how long are the par fives? Like they're probably not even par fives for him, you know.
Yeah,
And if he's already playing par fives well, now I know the strokes gained is also comparison to the field, so is he only playing long ones? But whatever.
So I definitely don't believe in Taylor Gooch, but he's going in the lineup that I hate that I'm going to submit anyway. So
Hey, he might be one of
You
your
I like that.
So,
when you're-
Paul, if that's the case, then why
One
aren't
of
I
your
taking
Eagle?
Finau? You know?
Oh, I was thinking about one of your making eagle.
Oh,
Gooch.
yeah. You want Gooch?
who's making an eagle?
Gooch is the one.
Gucci.
Yeah.
Gooch?
Gucci, man.
I mean, let me pull up the prop list.
What's on with Tom Hoagie? He any good?
Prep
Tom
seems to
Hoagie,
pick
that's
him.
who we talked about. No, that's who Paul and I talked about last week. He shot 4 under the first round, and then he shot 2 over and missed a cut.
Yeah.
I saw Paul. Trust, you know.
Yep.
Brutal.
It was close. It was close, haven't I?
He was doing good.
Rest of
He
the
was doing
weekend.
just fine, and then he
Doesn't
really
Luke Lewis hit
sucked.
it far?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
does.
I don't know if he
Pretty
knows
decent course for him here.
if he knows where
Gives
it's
him a
going
chance
all
to
the
get
time.
closer. 10-4. What do we think about
Sure,
Tony?
props.
Tony might be a fade this week.
10-4 is a lot for Tony. He really I know he's super talented and like one of the better players in the world, but like his putting has been like bad the last like 10 months. Like
A
ball
top
strike
4
never
guy.
really been an issue, but like
Oh, okay. Hold on.
pistol grip with the fingers down the sides and like I don't know.
See this right here? This says DraftKings has hole-in-one in the tournament minus 185.
4 days you got to get
So
an 8.
they're literally telling you like someone's gonna make an ace.
Yeah, like that's the course is so easy.
That's
Like I said.
insane though. So there's gonna be a million fucking eagles.
Ricky Fowler's going to shoot 16 under and come in 25th. Like winner's going to be 25, 26.
Joke.
It's going to be up there.
This course is gonna be such a joke. Rom's minus 200 to win. Or no, to come in top 10. I'm sorry.
He's gonna say to win.
To win, he's plus 500.
He needs to win something like this though, and start fucking winning with all this good golf he's playing. Like he needs to do something about it and stop just like I don't know. You don't build a legacy on top threes. Like yeah, you're gonna make a shit ton of money, but you're not like gonna be remembered as an all-time great if you come out of this like run you've had with one win, granted major, so got an important one, but like I said it on like last week's podcast, I think like 18 months he's been like the top of the world and he's got one win to show for it. It's like something gotta get it done eventually.
I feel like no one though on tour wins. Like we're used to people winning. Like we're used to seeing Tiger win like 4 or 5 events a year. Like DJ always, for a while I think he won like 3 or like I don't know 2, 3 events a year.
He won like 4 or 5, But
and no one just
2.
Yeah, I know the game has changed and it's a lot younger now, so it's a little more competitive. But I mean, no one just popping out wins all the time anymore.
Yeah, really. Since 2015 and 2016 with like Jason Day, Jordan, when they both won 5 in the same year, and then JT, I think like 2017 might have had 4.
4, yeah.
But that's in the last 7 years now. I can only name 3 guys where probably the 15 years before that there's probably multiple probably every year there's at least 1 if not 2 because Tiger was a staple for 5.5 was his over under every year.
Yep.
But yeah, it's just something that is weird with Rom. But I mean, granted, there's really not too many big dogs out there this week for him. Like he shoots better than 68 on Thursday. He probably just pins his ears back and goes and kicks the shit out of everybody the next 3 days.
I do think John
probably just backs it in though.
Rom's here to play just to get ready for next week because he loves Torrey Pines, right? Yeah, and he got on the one knee and got engaged to his girlfriend at the time at Torrey Pines. Like the guy, he's gonna set himself up for a really good week next week, so he'll be around. I don't necessarily think he's my winner for the week, but yeah, he's gonna be around.
Yeah, he always is.
A little tune up. Might try some things, shape some shots, right?
Me, I don't agree. Top 40 at plus 160. is a bank account play.
Plus 160.
Lock it
Just
in.
All right.
hammer it.
You know what? Let's do that. Let's do our like
Play of the
bank
week.
account,
That's it.
bank
baby.
account play of the week,
Bringing
whether
it back.
it's a fade or a guy you like or whatever. Whatever you got your most confidence in this week, let's hear it. We'll go. We got Prev Grillo, top 40, plus 160 bank account.
I'm gonna put him in top 20
Wow. Give me 1 sec.
because I only have $5 left in the account, so we're gonna put it on Rio, top 20 for sure.
Love
I'll
it.
go.
Gotta get a little more odds here.
I'll go Doug Gim, top 20. He should be around like
Ooh.
plus 450 right now.
I like that little Doug game. I haven't heard of him.
Duggan.
Who
Doug.
you got?
Let's do Jonathan Vegas top 10.
Okay.
Oh, not team.
Probably some good odds on that.
Okay.
I
love
saw him
what
initially.
Jonathan-
I'm gonna stay on him.
All right. Last but not least, nothing. We're not reaching too far down the list for this one, but I think Scotty Scheffler comes out and gets it done. Like, let's go, Scotty. Get a win. You know, probably one of the best players.
So good. I have no exposure. Why?
Doesn't have a win, and he's probably like the 13th best player in the world. Like, it's pretty crazy. And I think this is a week where he could just kind of run out there and get it done and not have to worry about getting chased down unless Ron J. Ham has himself a week. But I'd love to see Scotty get it done this week. That's who I'm pulling for. And I think it's a cool where you can just bomb drivers. Drives are pretty straight, good wedge player. Like, if he gets the putter to cooperate, I think he's there all day come Saturday, Sunday. So that's my bank account play. We got anything else on the American Express, boys?
One last ticket. If I'm gonna sprinkle a winner, Abe Answer.
Okay.
Well, honest, Abe. He's got the game for it here.
That's who we're doing.
Yeah.
All right,
Should
fellas.
be good.
Always a pleasure. American Express, like, I think just as it is for the players, it's a warm up for us. For Tory gets going, and then we get
We're getting real close,
event.
boys.
Yeah, pretty good run of
First
events
time-
during that Tory. So it'll warm up
start
in the
playing for
DFS
some-
as they warm up their golf games.
Yeah. They'll warm up their attitudes too. Don't worry. They're just all being assholes. If you bet and you lose, don't be upset. Just wait 2 weeks. Then they really start caring.
Yep.
Absolutely.
There it is.
Boys. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers.